Before we promise forever to one another, there is something I have quietly carried inside my um, heart for a very long time. It is not a secret meant to create fear. It is not a truth that should build distance between us. It is simply a part of my soul that deserves honesty before we begin the most beautiful chapter of our lives together. If you are reading these words, I hope you read them slowly, not because they are difficult to understand, but because every sentence was written with sincerity instead of perfection. Before we become husband and wife, I want you to know that I am not searching for a perfect marriage. I am praying for a peaceful one. I do not dream of a house filled with expensive things. I dream of a home where laughter is louder than arguments, where respect speaks before anger, and where forgiveness always finds its way back before the day ends. The truth I have been hiding is this. Sometimes I worry that I may not always know the right words. Sometimes I become quiet when my heart is carrying too much. If one day you find me sitting beside the window without speaking, please do not mistake my silence for a lack of love. Some hearts speak through words. Mine sometimes speaks through quiet moments. Promise me that on those days you will sit beside me instead of walking away. Your presence will always mean more than perfect conversations. I also want you to know that I have made mistakes long before I ever met you. Those mistakes taught me humility. They taught me patience. They taught me that love is not measured by grand promises, but by the little things we choose every single day. Love is making time when life becomes busy. Love is listening without interrupting. Love is protecting each other's dignity even during disagreements. Love is remembering that two people standing together should never become enemies simply because they see life differently. Before we get married, I want us to make one promise that is greater than every other promise. Let us promise never to allow pride to sleep between us. If I am wrong, I hope I will have the courage to say I am um, sorry. If you are hurting, I hope you will never feel afraid to tell me. If either of us becomes tired, let us become each other's place of rest instead of another burden to carry. The world already has enough noise. May our home become a place where peace is always welcome. There is another truth I have hidden. I do not wish to marry you simply because I love you today. I wish to marry you because I want to keep choosing you tomorrow and the day after that and every ordinary day that follows. Real love is not built during celebrations alone, it is built while washing dishes together after dinner. It is built while encouraging each other after disappointment. It is built while praying for one another when nobody else knows we are struggling. I hope we never become strangers living beneath the same roof. Let us continue asking about each other's dreams even after many years have passed. Let us continue saying thank you for the smallest acts of kindness. Let us never become too busy to smile at one another. Life moves quickly. Hair becomes gray. Faces change. Seasons pass. But a gentle heart never grows old. That is the beauty I hope we protect. If one day success visits our lives, may it never steal our humility. If hardship knocks at our door, may it never steal our faith. If happiness fills our home, may we remember those who are still searching for hope and offer them kindness whenever we can. I believe the strongest marriages are not built by perfect people, they are built by two imperfect souls who wake up each morning and decide that respect is more important than winning, forgiveness is stronger than pride, and love is a daily choice rather than a temporary feeling. So before we stand together and promise forever, there is only one thing I ask of you: walk beside me, not ahead of me, not behind me, beside me. Let us become partners in every season that life brings, because the greatest love story is never written by fate alone. It is written every single day by two hearts that never stop choosing kindness. Before this beautiful journey becomes our shared forever, there is one final truth I want to place gently into your hands. I have never wished for a life without storms. I have only prayed for a hand that will never let go of mine while the rain is falling. If one day life becomes difficult, please remember this moment. Do not measure our love by how often we laugh together. Measure it by how faithfully we remain beside one another when smiling becomes difficult. There will be mornings when we wake with tired hearts. There will be evenings when responsibilities seem heavier than our dreams. On those days, let us choose understanding before assumptions, patience before frustration, and gentle words before painful silence. I want our home to become a place where peace feels welcome every single day, a place where kindness is spoken so often that it becomes the language of our family. If we are ever blessed with children, I hope they will learn love, not from our speeches, but from the way we treat each other when nobody is watching. May they see respect in our conversations. May they see honesty in our decisions. May they see gratitude in our ordinary days, because children remember what they witness far longer than what they are told. There is something else I have quietly hidden. I do not expect you to carry all my burdens. I only hope you will allow me to carry yours whenever your heart becomes tired. Marriage is not about one person becoming stronger than the other. It is about becoming strong together. If you ever lose confidence, I will remind you of your courage. If I ever lose hope, remind me that every sunrise is another chance to begin again. When success comes, let us remain humble. When disappointment comes, let us remain grateful. When blessings arrive, let us share them generously. When sorrow visits, let us um, protect each other's hearts with compassion instead of blame. The world outside may become loud, impatient, and uncertain. Let our home become the opposite. Let it become a quiet place where faith grows, laughter returns, and every difficult day ends with hope instead of fear. Promise, may we will never stop learning about one another, even after many years. I want to know your newest dream, your latest smile, and the little things that still bring peace to your heart. Love should never become a habit without appreciation. Every ordinary day is a gift waiting to be noticed. The evening tea we share, the walks beneath a peaceful sky, the quiet prayers before sleep, the simple conversations that ask nothing except honesty. These moments will become the true treasures of our marriage, not expensive gifts, not perfect photographs, but countless ordinary memories that slowly become extraordinary because we live them together. And if one day our hair turns silver and our steps become slower, I hope we will still sit beside each other with grateful hearts, smiling at the beautiful life we built one gentle choice at the time. That is the secret I have carried for so long. I was never searching for a perfect partner. I was praying for a peaceful companion, someone who understands that love is not proved in one unforgettable moment, but in thousands of quiet moments filled with loyalty, respect, patience, and mercy. So, before we get married, I place this promise before you. I will never promise a life without challenges, but I promise to protect your dignity. I promise to celebrate your victories without jealousy. I promise to stand beside you during your difficult seasons. I promise to speak truth with kindness. I promise to choose forgiveness before resentment. I promise to keep growing into a better person, not only for myself, but for the life we hope to build together. And every morning that God blesses us with another sunrise, I will remember that love is not something we simply feel. Love is something we choose again and again and again until every ordinary day becomes a beautiful forever. There is one more truth I have never found the courage to say aloud. I have always believed that the strongest love is not the one that begins with fireworks. It is the one that quietly survives ordinary days. Anyone can hold your hand when the sun is shining. The rare soul is the one who stays when the clouds refuse to leave. If life ever tests us, I hope we never forget why we chose each other in the first place, not because everything was easy, but because our hearts found peace in the same conversation. Please never let the little things disappear from our lives. Ask me how my day was. Tell me about yours. Laugh with me over simple moments that nobody else would understand. These ordinary memories will one day become the greatest treasures we own. If I ever become too busy, remind me that success should never cost us our happiness. If you ever become discouraged, I will remind you of the strength that first made me admire your heart. Together, we will learn that love grows stronger whenever two people continue choosing gratitude instead of complaints. I hope we never stop saying please. I hope we never stop saying you, I hope we never become too familiar to forget kindness, respect should never become old inside a marriage. It should become even more beautiful with every passing year. There may be days when our opinions are different. Let us remember that disagreement is not the same as disrespect. Two loving hearts can see the world differently and still walk in the same direction. I never want to win an argument if it means losing your smile. Some victories are simply too expensive. Instead, let us search for understanding before deciding who is right. Kindness has saved more relationships than pride ever could. When evening arrives, after a long day, let our home become a place where tired hair